been amazed at the interest in terms of on social media, all the banter around our partnership arrangement with Everton Football Club to support the development of the Bramley Moore Dock for a stadium for themselves. We've been having a laugh at some of the comments that have been made, but I just wanted to have a serious sort of debate and discussion over the next few months around what it means to us, the stadium proposals, and in actual fact what it also means to us, our engagement and partnership with Everton in terms of funding some of the stadium build in the form of a loan. And I guess it was like reminding you of where we were sort of 6 months ago. We were looking at whether we should just securitise a loan arrangement that Everton would make with the private sector. And I asked the question, I said, well, we were getting asked all kinds of things to do in terms of securitising a private sector company lending Everton Football Club the money. And I asked the question, that simple question, well, what would it mean to us if we actually provided the loan rather than just doing the securitisation? And we've had financial advisors, we've had all of our council team here, financial team here, looking at it with other agencies and other people. And they concluded that it would be more beneficial for us to actually provide the loan in terms of not only security and getting it securitised, but also the money that we would receive. So that's what we're looking at the minute, and that's going now to scrutiny. It's actually going to be looked at by people that will do due diligence, legal due diligence on it, to make sure that we are protected and to make sure that we are able to do the deal. When we've got that information back, we will then take it to full scrutiny in terms of the council through audit and governance and the regeneration select committees, and then to full council itself. We'll only be doing the deal if it benefits Liverpool. We'll only be doing the deal if it means no risk to Liverpool City Council as well. And somebody in terms of having a conversation with me on social media pointed out the fact that if this was Apple or another major company who was saying, will you loan us and we're going to move into that particular site and create thousands of jobs and give you the loan repayment so it costs you nothing, and also you make a huge interest in business rates. People rightly said, well, you'd bite their hand off, wouldn't you? I think because it's Everton Football Club and people thinking or arguing or suggesting that I'm doing this because I'm an Everton fan is just absolute nonsense. I mean, I've got the sole interests of Liverpool as a city, as a council, at heart here in looking at this particular type of approach. And when you look at the investments that we've made, whether it's in the airport, whether it's in the tobacco warehouse, whether it's actually in Finch Farm, whether it's in the building that we're in talking to you from, Cunard building, whether it's in housing, all of those have brought us back into the council new revenue of about £12 million a year. So without that investment, we wouldn't be able to pay for some things that we require and need and depend on. And in 2020, rate support grant from central government is taken away. So we are going to be in a really difficult situation. So all the money that we can generate, all the money that we can actually raise is going to help keep services open. And can I also ask people just to look at what is going on across the country. We're not the only council that is looking at doing this, the only city. There's smaller councils who borrowed and spent and invested, more money, double the amount of money that we've spent. In fact, in last year alone, there was £1.2 billion invested by councils in initiatives like this to generate revenue. So, we'll also get a kickstart of regeneration in North Liverpool that will bring in the Everton rates that we'll get, the business rates from the new stadium is £1.4 million. But the new businesses that will be created, the new housing that will be created will give us a business return in rates of in excess of £30 million a year when it's fully developed out. and it accelerates the development of North Liverpool. Instead of waiting 25 to 30 years for Bramley Moore to start and working back towards the city, it accelerates growth. So look, there's no way that we would do this if it wasn't in your interest and the interest of the city. It's dead simple, really. We wouldn't do it. And we wouldn't do it if there was any risk. So the due diligence has taken place, as I said, that people will be able to have a look at the details and look at the securitisation that we have as well in place to protect ourselves. And I'm sure once you've seen all that, you'll kick aside, excuse the pun, kick aside all the nonsense about me doing this deal because I'm interested in Everton Football Club. I'm mayor of Liverpool first and foremost, and everything I do is about the interest, the best interests of you, the council taxpayers, and in the interest of protecting services and developing services and bringing more money into our city to do that in the future.